Hi, everybody. Welcome again to Enjoy English School. I'm Bruce.
I'm Anthony.
Today we are continuing the lesson we started yesterday, Wikipedia, a world of knowledge at your fingertips. Day 2 is what we'll be talking about. Yesterday we learned that the founder of Wikipedia, James Wales, often called Jimmy Wales, had some very bright ideas when he started to play on the internet in the year 2000. Shortly after, he started Newpedia. But it was a good idea, but the process was too slow. So he changed it, and that's how we came up with Wikipedia, which anybody who uses the internet knows about.
没错，这是我们昨天所跟各位提到的内容，讲到这个 Jimmy Wales， 他本身小的时候3岁，他就开始看百科全书，慢慢培养这个兴趣，到后来有了网络之后呢，开始去自己制作网络上的百科全书。那网络上百科全书原本有第一版叫做 Newpedia。它这个 new 的话是 NU 那个拼字，后来呢，他有新的这个想法之后，于是又推出了这个我们现在所看到的 Wikipedia。到了2003年之后 ，Wikipedia 已经完全取代了 Newpedia。那个 New Media 呢，就在2003年的时候就结束了。那今天我们要继续看看后续的内容。
Okay, first sentence. Wikipedia became successful because of its key operating policies. Now we're going to take a look at why Wikipedia is so popular and so useful and successful. It had key operating policies that were better than anyone else's of that time, and some might argue even now. Key means most important. Operating is the method you do something by, the rules that you play by when you are producing something, making something. And policy is the plural policies. These are guidelines or rules that you set for yourself. You make rules for how you are going to do something, and you stay with them. If you find they're wrong or useless, throw them out and start a new policy.
没错，就是政策的意思。我们整句话来看一下，说 Wikipedia became successful， 它之所以会这么成功，后面是有一些重要的因素。什么因素呢 ？Because of its key operating policies， 最主要是因为它主要的这执行上的一些政策呢是非常成功的。所以在这边的话 ，policy 老师刚刚特别详细解释什么是 policy。policy 的话就是政策，通常是一连串的规则规定，好用的留下，不好用的就丢弃，然后最后形成的一套做法，大家都会按照这个做法来做事情，就叫做 policies。And
now we'll take a look at a couple of these policies. One of them is, that all articles on Wikipedia must be written from a neutral point of view. Neutral means you do not favor one side or another side of a problem or a policy. You just deal with the facts, not opinions.OK，
在这边的话特别注意一下 facts 跟 opinions 最大的差别就是你这个人在写的时候有没有一个立场。如果你只是纯粹描述事情的话 you're talking about the facts， 但是如果说自己本身对于这个事件带有立场的话 you express your own opinions。 所以先了解这个差距之后，我们再来看这句话就比较清楚咯。 One of them says that all articles on Wikipedia， 所有在 Wikipedia 上面张贴的这个文章呢 must be written from a neutral point of view。 Point of view 指的意思就是指观点的意思， neutral 的意思就是指非常中立的，不偏颇的，就是纯粹去描述这个事情的事实是什么，而不有太多的立场掺杂在里头。
And that's what the next sentence explains to us with different words, what we just said. In other words, the articles don't take sides on any argument. That means they do not favor one idea over another idea or one opinion over another opinion. Again, facts is what's important. And therefore, they let readers make up their own mind about a topic. This is very important. If I have the facts in front of me, I can make my own opinion about something. But if you tell me only about one side of something, I won't have the right information and I may make a mistake. So the policy of Wikipedia, facts, not opinions.
哇哦，所以这个地方讲得很清楚，对不对？所以在这边他提到说 ，in other words， 也就是说，换句话说，这边特别要注意一下 in other words 的用法，最后是 words， 帮我把那个 s 圈起来 ，in other words。好，在这边他说 the article don't take sides， 他是不会去偏袒任何一方的，我们就用不同的方式去去表达嘛。老师刚才在讲这句话的时候呢，要特别提到 favor A over B 这个词用的也非常非常好。favor 就是喜欢当动词使用，喜欢某样东西，喜欢 A 胜过于 B， 它的介系词会使用 over 来表达 favor A over B。favor 的拼法是 favor。favor 好，就是当动词使用偏袒。那这个地方他说 on any arguments， 在任何的这种争论啦，或者任何主题之下，他们都不会去偏袒任何一方 ，and let readers make up their own mind about a topic。然后当这个读者看到这个主题之后，他们可以自己去形成他们的意见跟观点，我只提供事实。
Another policy, a different policy, says that all information in Wikipedia articles must come from a reliable source. So it's not 我听说 something and then you write it down as though it's a fact. A reliable source, you can prove where it came from and that it is a fact. It is not a guess or an opinion.
没错，在这边的话特别注意的地方就是，他呢，所有人在写的时候 ，another policy states that 要特别注意这件事。All information in Wikipedia articles， 所有写在 Wikipedia 文章里头的人都要注明一个非常有代表性的出处，或是非常非常可靠的消息来源。这边有提到一个重要的词汇，叫做 a reliable source。source 指的是来源的意思 ，reliable 就是我们可以依靠很可靠的一个。reliable source 消息来源。
Writers cannot create new articles or add material directly to Wikipedia. Again, the next sentence will explain this, so we'll wait for that.
好，所以这个地方他说 ，writers cannot create new articles， 他们不能够再创造新的一篇文章，然后或者是直接加这个新的资料在 Wikipedia 上面。他们之所以为什么会有这样子的规定呢？下句话会告诉你。
Well, if you can't do that, what do you do? This sentence tells us, the information must first be published somewhere else before it can be included on the site. So I can't write my article on the moon and send it to Wikipedia. I have to send it to Astronomy Magazine or something like that. If they publish it, then Wikipedia may consider it, but not directly from a writer into publishing on Wikipedia. They don't work that way.
所以说就变成是有另外一个机构可以帮你把关这个内容的这个重要性或是真实性了，对不对？所以那种感觉就很像是我要先去在一个地方写了一篇文章，然后再让 Wikipedia 来引述它，这种感觉。所以在这边他告诉你 ，the information must first be published somewhere else。好，在其他地方先有被出版过，那可见是在出版过程中已经先经过一次的筛选了，对吧？不是让大家随便在上面乱写的。Before it can be included on the site， 然后之后才能被引述，好，被引述在 Wikipedia 里面。
Without a reference, and that's what we've been talking about. A reference is something already written, and where it was written, when it was written, who wrote it, and so on.Material will be taken down by other editors. Remember, there's more than one editor on Wikipedia. There may be hundreds. Some of them will find, hey, where did this come from? It looks like they sent it directly to us. We can't accept it.
所以说很多人在把关，对不对？好多的这个编辑在把关。所以说 ，without a reference， 没有引述的一个来源的话呢？你所写的东西 ，material will be taken down by other editors。这些把关人员说，这个没有消息来源，拿掉；这个没有 reliable source，拿掉。就会这些东西通通被拿掉，因为你没有 reference 消息引述的来源。
Okay, wow, that's a long paragraph full of important information. Let's take a short break before we come back. Okay, welcome back, and let's continue talking about this really important online source of information that we all know, Wikipedia. One more thing that makes Wikipedia different from many other sites is that it has no ads. Ads is a short form for a much longer word, advertisement. He can spell it. I'm too tired.
advertisement advertisement 有的时候你还会听到其他人念成别的方式，比方说 advertisement， 有的时候会听到一些不同的这种发音。不管怎么样，都是在讲广告。那简单的说法就是 ads， 就是 ads。ad 再加 s 当做复数，所以我们来看看这个第一句话吧。他说 One more thing that makes Wikipedia different from many other sites， 其中另外一件事情让 Wikipedia 跟其他网站不同的地方是什么呢？ Is that it has no ads， 居然没有任何的广告，太棒了 ，Hooray！ 全部看到就是你要的资讯，不会有一大堆旁边一堆乱七八糟的广告在旁边跑。
The funds are not provided by big companies. Well, let's face it, if you're setting up a website like Wikipedia, it takes money to do this. And when Jimmy Wales started it, I doubt he had millions of US dollars to work with, but his policies attracted people, so he didn't need ads. And big companies did not give him money either. He didn't charge for this. This was a volunteer effort by hundreds, if not thousands, of people who wanted this kind of information for free, accurate information for the public.
没错，所以在这边的话，其实还蛮厉害，一个人能够集结大家愿意一起投入去做这个免费，也没有任何薪资的事情。所以在这边的话，居然能够没有广告，那势必是有其他因素嘛。他这句话就告诉你咯，他说 The funds 这个资金呢，怎么样 ？Are not provided by big companies， 不是由大公司所提供的，所以也就是说，他们没有任何的 sponsors。sponsor 这个字就是赞助商的意思，帮各位拼一下咯。sponsor 这个字拼法是 spon。spawn， 然后 sponsor， 这个字就是赞助商，他们没有任何 sponsor， 他们不是由大公司来去赞助他们的。
The site, that is Wikipedia, is owned by the Wikimedia Foundation. A foundation is a usually non-profit. They're not trying to make money. They want to help, and they've called Wikipedia part of the Wikimedia, very clever. Media are electronic ways to communicate. The email and the computer and telegraph and telephone and TV and so on. These are all media. So are printed. Your magazine is a kind of media, and newspapers and so on. The Wikimedia Foundation is a non-profit organization. They're not making money, which is mostly supported by public donations. People, the audience, the users of Wikipedia, they send the foundation a little bit of money, times millions of people, then they have enough money to continue this non-profit. They're not trying to make money. They're trying to serve the public, and the public responds by just sending a little money, or rich people will send a lot of money to keep Wikipedia going.
所以有点像是大家小额捐款，不断赞助，让他能够继续做这样的事情，免费提供这样的服务，那种感觉。当然，有一些企业可以也是无偿的去捐献啦，或想办法去支持他这样的运作。所以我们来看这整句话很长哦。 The site is owned by the Wikimedia. 老师刚刚解释 media 媒体这个字的意思，还有它的一些其他的例子嘛，对不对？好，这我们都有看到了。By the Wikimedia Foundation 这个基金会，然后他就顺便用逗号同位语的方式告诉你说 ，a non-profit organization。它这个基金会是一个非营利组织 ，which is primarily 就是指 mostly 大部分的钱呢是 supported by public donations 是靠大家公共的这种捐献啦，哈，平常这些说我捐个100块，你捐200块，这样子去支持起来的，好，非常非常神奇。
This explains, it's a non-profit organization. This explains why it is free from outside influences like advertisements, which want people to spend money on their products or services.
没错，所以这边 this explains why 这就能解释说 it is free from 就是不受到后面这个东西的影响。Free from something 就是不用受到后面这些东西影响。Outside influences 到底什么是 outside influences 呢？老师马上就举例 ，like advertisement， 好，就像是广告一样，我这边撒广告，纯粹就是希望你来买我的东西，这就叫做 outside influences， 好，就是额外外来的一些资讯，所以这些内容都不用受到一些广告的影响。
Okay, let's take another short break before we come back and finish today's article. Okay, let's continue and finish. By sticking to its fact-checking rules, Wikipedia keeps false data and one-sided opinions out of the articles. To stick to is to follow. It's to continue his policy about fact-checking rules. It must be published somewhere else. It cannot obviously be one-sided. An opinion in one direction, but they don't say anything about other possible opinions. Keep these articles out of Wikipedia. That is their main policy.
没有错。所以这个地方的话，他就提到了 by sticking to its fact-checking rules， 这个 stick to the rules, stick to our plans， 意思就是指我们有一个计划。然后我们就是继续坚持按照这个计划去跑，所以 stick to something 就是坚守什么什么原则 ，our principles, our rules and so on。好，这边的话就是透过这种不断坚守自己这种不断查证的原则跟规定 ，Wikipedia keeps false data and one-sided opinions out of the article， 让这个东西不会存在它任何 Wikipedia 上面的文章。哪些东西呢 ？False data。好 ，false data 就是指错误的资讯，或者呢是 one-sided opinions， 这种一面倒的这种意见，而非只陈述事实，这种东西都不会出现在它的页面上。
As the largest, Wikipedia has the largest number, the biggest number of articles, and most widely used. Everybody knows about Wikipedia, and most people use it too. And it's available in 285 languages. I only know 270 languages, so I have much more to learn.
Yeah, definitely.
It has provided readers with answers to countless topics in the world of knowledge. It has been of great service to the people of the world, probably in every country of the world.With answers, with information about any topic you can think of and many you never even dreamed of, because the world of knowledge is so great.
Yeah, 没有错。所以这边他就讲得很清楚了。As the largest and most widely used something， 好，身为一个最大而且最多人使用的什么呢？Online reference work， 也就是大家都可以去找、去看的一种网络上可以去查阅的一个消息来源吧。好 ，in 285 languages， 而且它提供的语言有285种以上。老师刚刚讲说他只会200多种语言啊，好可惜哦，这是开玩笑的啦。OK， 然后他就说 it has provided readers with something， 这个地方帮我把 with 特别圈起来，这个地方 provide someone。With something， 这个 with 的话就是后面接的是东西，提供给读者什么东西呢 with answers to countless topics in the world of knowledge. Answer to the question. 很多时候这个 to 介系词也是很常使用的那种搭配用法哦，所以它就变成讲说，全世界各地所有世界上所有累积的这些资讯，这些问题的答案，通通呢，也许都可以在这个维基百科上找得到。好，这最后它是当做我们的结论。
Okay, we have just one quick review for you here. Remember, we had stick to your rules, stick to your principles. I think we mentioned, I don't know if we spelled it, we can also say to adhere to, A-D-H-E-R-E, A-D-H-E-R-E, to adhere to, or simply to follow. But after follow, you don't need to. So follow the rules, adhere to the rules, stick to the rules.
没错，这些字都是指坚守原则或坚守某项规定的意思。
Okay, that's it for today and yesterday's two-day article on Wikipedia. Please join us anytime it's good for you. It's always good for us. Till the next time,
bye-bye.
第38页追根究底，维基百科动动手指知天下。
Wikipedia, a world of knowledge at your fingertips. Wikipedia became successful because of its key operating policies. One of them says that all articles on Wikipedia must be written from a neutral point of view. In other words, the articles don't take sides on any argument and let readers make up their own mind about a topic. Another policy states that all information in Wikipedia articles must come from a reliable source. Writers cannot create new articles or add material directly to Wikipedia. The information must first be published somewhere else before it can be included on the site. Without a reference, material will be taken down by other editors. One more thing that makes Wikipedia different from many other sites is that it has no ads. The funds are not provided by big companies. The site is owned by the Wikimedia Foundation, a non-profit organization which is primarily supported by public donations. This explains why it is free from outside influences. By sticking to its fact-checking rules, Wikipedia keeps false data and one-sided opinions out of the articles. As the largest and most widely used online reference work in 285 languages, it has provided readers with answers to countless topics in the world of knowledge.